everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Donnelly. The Spirits Educator is a digital education platform and trade resource for the distilled spirits industry. My aim is to provide in-depth spirits information, brand transparency, and category education for distributors, sales teams, service industry and hospitality members, and motivated enthusiasts. I currently work for a major wine and spirits distributor, but my work here on the Spirits Educator is completely unaffiliated with my current employer. Today I'm going to be talking about the Reserva de la Familia lineup from Jose Cuervo. This is a very interesting set of super premium tequilas that offer a tremendous range and styles, a lot of value for the money, and a lot of people either don't know these products exist or don't give them a shot because they're part of the Jose Cuervo brand. But they're all incredibly tasty, super interesting, and I can't wait to taste through them today. I'm going to be referencing a script that I wrote so I can communicate all this information correctly. If you'd like to read my full write-up on these products, I'll include a link below in the description. Except for some special limited releases, the Reserva de la Familia label is the highest tier in the Jose Cuervo family of brands. The Reserva de la Familia Extra Añejo was first released in 1995 to commemorate the Cuervo family's 200-year tequila legacy, drawing from the family's best private reserves. Much of the production details around Reserva de la Familia are not made publicly available. The brand utilizes a proprietary process called the Esencia de Agave, which is a method that brings the entire character, flavor, and essence of the agave to life, offering a perfect balance and smoothness compared to other clear tequilas. Considering the price difference between Reserva de la Familia and Tradicional, which is the 100% agave option from Jose Cuervo, not to be confused with the Especial label, which is the mixto entry-level Jose Cuervo that most people are familiar with. It is safe to assume the brand utilizes smaller batch sizes and sources agave from more desirable locations. If I had to guess, the brand probably uses a majority or all oven-roasted piñas, that's compared to using something like an autoclave. And they probably use a majority or all pot still distillate instead of using column still distillate. And if you're unfamiliar, pot stills typically impart more flavor because they are less efficient than column stills. Column stills allow you to distill to a higher proof, and they allow you to distill much more efficiently. But in doing that, it strips out more of the flavor. So think, vodka is going to be distilled to a very, very high degree of alcohol using a column still versus things like Scotch, Irish whiskey, good tequila. They're going to be using pot stills to allow more flavor in the distillate. The first product in the Reserva de la Familia lineup is the Platino. So, here's what the box looks like. And then inside, here's what the bottle looks like. Here's the front label. Here's the back label. These are all going to be sealed with a wax topper. You can see Platino. And this, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but these bottles are that kind of heavy, textured, hand-blown glass that makes it feel super premium. The Reserva de la Familia Platino is distilled from 100% fully mature agave using only the inner portion, or the heart, of the agave piña. This product is unaged and bottled at 80 proof or 40% ABV for the United States. I'm going to read through the tasting notes provided to me by the brand. The color is bright and clear. The aroma is pepper, cooked agave, sweet on the nose with a touch of apple and parsley, and the flavor is unique, sweet and spicy palate with nose of melon, honey, and hay. The serving suggestion for this product is neat in a tequila glass, which if you're not familiar, I believe Riedel makes these kind of specialty glasses, but they look like almost a combination between a champagne flute and like a tulip glass that you might drink something like high-end cognac out of. I'll see if I can find it and put a link below in the description. And the other suggested serving is an elevated margarita. And I'm going to read through a quick little blurb that the brand has provided about this product. The Platino is the first ultra-premium Blanco tequila in history. Specially made using the Cuervo proprietary Esencia de Agave process, perfectly balanced and smooth. This unaged tequila is clear and bright. All right, let's taste through this and see how the tasting notes compare. So you can see this is unaged, what we'd call water white. Ooh, that's got a really nice nose. I definitely agree with that pepper cooked agave sweetness on the nose. Oh, that's got a really nice agave flavor. Not sure if I'm finding the apple and parsley, but definitely the cooked agave, touch of sweetness, and pepper. All right, let's check the palate. Oh yeah, that's really tasty. It's got a lot going on. There's a lot of complexity on the palate. A lot of super premium tequilas that create products for the kind of American palate just tend to focus on drinkability. So they tend to focus on smoothness, how easily this product is to drink. But products that are made well will have complexity. They'll have these multiple layers on the palate. When drinking tequila, especially silver tequila, there's this herbaceous pepperiness that you get from the agave. And, when you roast the agave, you're creating kind of natural sweet flavors. And I think this does a really nice job of layering those flavors, integrating them really well. And then it says, a note with notes of melon, honey, and hay. I could definitely see that. And I definitely think, again, there's this nice sweetness, but not like you've added a bunch of sugar sweetness, like that natural roasted agave sweetness. And then because it's, the silver tequila, it hasn't spent any time in barrel, there's this almost like underripe fruit that I could really see the melon flavor they're describing. And, that kind of grassiness that you might describe as hay. So I think these tasting notes are spot on, and I think this product is really, really good, really tasty. It is super drinkable, but it's also complex and interesting. I think a lot of people that drink this product would be shocked to know that it's produced by the Jose Cuervo brand. So the most important part, is it worth it? So let's look at the pricing. I live here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I have Oklahoma retail pricing. Again, every market's different. Always check your local liquor store and local market for pricing, but I'm going to be speaking to Oklahoma pricing. So the Platino probably retails somewhere between, let's call it $58 and $62. So the question is it worth it? Is this product worth the retail price? And for this product, I really think it does. I think you're looking at, high 50s, low 60s. I think this product definitely is worth it, especially if you want a tequila that is super agave forward. Most people associate premium tequila with only tequila that has seen time in barrel, only añejos, extra añejos, specialty añejos. And I think you can have a really high-end product, a product above $50 that just highlights and just focuses on the agave flavors without any influences from the barrel. Now, don't get me wrong, I love aged tequilas. I especially love Reposado tequilas, where you still get a lot of good agave flavor, but you get some influences from the barrel. But I think this product is worth it, especially if you want really pure agave flavors. All right, the next product is the Reserva de la Familia Reposado. So, this also comes in a nice gift box. Similar design to the Platino. And then here's what the bottle looks like inside the box. Here's the bottle for the Reposado. Here's the front label. These are beautifully packaged. You get that same wax top. You can see this is a brand new fresh bottle. You got the seal right there in the glass. And here's the back. And these are really heavy, very premium feeling bottles. The Reposado is distilled from 100% fully mature agave using only the inner portion or the heart of the agave piña. This product is aged in 3 different types of wood and barrel toasting styles. The 3 distinct woods are heavily charred American oak barrels, lightly charred American oak barrels, and lightly charred French oak barrels. The heavily toasted American oak contributes baked spices, while the lightly toasted American and French oak brings mellow flavors of toffee and vanilla. Each tequila is aged separately before being blended by the Maestro Tequilero and bottled at 80 proof or 40% ABV for the United States. Before I cover the tasting notes, I'm going to read a little blurb that the brand has provided for this product. The Reposado is aged up to 6 months in 3 barrels: a lightly toasted American white oak barrel, a deeply toasted American white oak barrel, and a medium toasted European oak barrel. Features a rich and sophisticated flavor. All right, the tasting notes of this product are: the color is golden and brilliant. The aroma is pepper, cooked agave, orange peel, ginger, and toasted wood. And the flavor is tropical fruit, clove, and vanilla. And the suggested servings are, of course, served neat in a tequila glass or mixed in a Reposado Old Fashioned. I bet that's really, really good, because one of my favorite things to do is to take classic cocktails that are made usually with American whiskey, especially bourbon, and put in aged tequila, whether it's a Reposado or whether it's an Añejo. It's great in an Old Fashioned. It's great in a Manhattan. And to be perfectly honest, I know this isn't a traditional cocktail, but I love an espresso martini with Reposado tequila. I know some people like to put silver tequila because you're usually using vodka, but I find that little bit of barrel aging just really helps bring an espresso martini together. All right, let's open this up. Fresh bottle. God, you can already smell that. Oh, it's got a really nice nose. It smells delicious. I definitely think you get a lot of those agave flavors still, even though there's some wood on this. Still pepper, still cooked agave. That orange peel is spot on. But there's that little spice, you might get from the barrel. So I definitely am getting flavors of toasted wood. And I don't know if I would have called it ginger, but I think ginger might be an accurate description. So just like with the Platino, I think this product, at least on the nose, really lives up to the tasting notes. All right, so let's see how it tastes on the palate. Ooh, that's big flavor on the palate. And especially considering all these are only 80 proof, there's a lot of flavor in there. So let's see. The flavors are tropical fruit, clove, and vanilla. There's definitely a brightness to this that, I think could be described as tropical fruit. It's rich, but not in like a sweet way. I think tropical fruit might be a very clever way of describing this. And you definitely get that vanilla from the barrel, and you definitely get baking spices, which I think clove is kind of your signature baking spice. I think this is a perfect example of a Reposado where the flavors, the kind of pure flavors of the agave are really well integrated with the flavors from the barrel, or the flavors that the oak is going to provide. So let's check my pricing. Again, this is Oklahoma pricing. And again, check your local liquor store for your market's pricing. But the Reserva de la Familia Reposado probably retails somewhere between $77 and $83. So again, as we get closer and closer to $100, we can be a little more critical of, is this product worth it? I think this product is still worth it. I think if you love tequila and you can afford to spend high 70s, low 80s on a bottle of tequila, I don't think you'd be disappointed at all by this product. This product's really nice. There's some complexity. Again, flavors of the agave, flavors from the barrel, really well integrated, big flavor. And this just drinks really, really nice. I don't think you even need to mix this in a cocktail. I mean, it'd be fun in a cocktail. It'd be an expensive cocktail. But this product on its own just is really enjoyable. All right, the next product I'm going to talk about is the Reserva de la Familia Private Cask Collection. This is going to be edition number 1, which is the Colombian Cask Blend. So I'm going to read a description that's been provided to me by the brand. Time, dedication, and tradition define the spirit of this limited edition private cask Añejo tequila, presented by Reserva de la Familia, the crown jewel of the Jose Cuervo family. Our private cask collection is sourced exclusively from a diverse range of unique casks hidden away in the cellars of our distillery, La Rojeña. Prior to this collection, these spectacular tequilas were only shared amongst our family and close friends on the most special occasions. As with all Reserva de la Familia offerings, this tequila is crafted using our finest blue agaves, harvested by hand at peak maturity and cooked in traditional stone ovens. The resulting tequila is aged in a select variety of rare casks from our reserve. Each unique exclusive blend is only available for one annual cycle. We are proud to offer this highly limited collection of Añejo tequila from our family to yours. So, the edition number 1, which is the Colombian Cask Blend, is a release from 2023, and this product is actively available in my home market of Oklahoma. So, Reserva de la Familia Private Cask Edition number 1 is an LTO offering of 4 distinct blends of Añejo tequila. Each of the 4 distinct blends is comprised of a unique ratio of Añejo tequila aged in our featured Colombian oak casks and Añejo tequila aged in New American oak casks. This is Reserva de la Familia's first ever Añejo tequila offering and the only tequila in the world featuring Añejo tequila matured in rare Colombian oak casks. The Colombian oak is also known as Andine oak and is a species of oak only found in Colombia and Panama. The Colombian oak cask was chosen for its Latin American provenance and the unique rich chocolate and tobacco notes it imparts in the maturation process. The featured cask will change annually using the same 4-blend model. After all that, here's what the box looks like. Here's what it looks like inside. And most importantly, here's what the bottle looks like. All right, I'm going to read through the flavor profile provided to me by the brand. So, the flavor profile: ripe fruit, vanilla, caramel, dried fruit, baking spices, chocolate, tobacco, and toasted oak. It's got a nice nose, but it's more subtle than the Reposado. That's really good. You can tell there's a lot going on, but all the flavors are very subtle. Like nothing just, explodes on your palate. Like everything is very subtle, very well integrated. If you really focus on it, you can really kind of pull out some of these flavors. I think there's a lot of good complexity in this, but it is more subtle. And also the finish fades pretty quick, but it tastes noticeably different than the Reposado. A lot of times with these brands, as they play around with different cask finishings and different, maturation combinations, the difference between the different releases is really small. This, I think, tastes noticeably different than the Reposado. I probably personally prefer the Reposado, and we'll talk about pricing here in a second, but it is really good, and it is super different. I don't know, like if I was served this blind, I don't know if I'd be able to pick out exactly what that flavor is, but the Colombian oak and the way they put together this blend is really unique. All right, so let's talk pricing. In Oklahoma, the private cask collection probably retails between $108 and $117. So again, is it worth it? Is this worth over $100? Between $108 and $117? My personal thoughts is probably not, especially compared to some of the other options that we've tasted and we're about to taste. I think your money would be better spent on the Reposado, and because I've had the Reserva de la Familia Extra Añejo multiple times, and I know we're about to taste this on camera, I think your money's better spent on one of the other options. I'm not saying this isn't good. I'm not saying this isn't unique or interesting. I just think your money is better spent on one of the other options from this particular brand. Now, it is a limited release. It is exclusive because, it's not going to be available all the time. Is that worth something? Probably. There's going to be somebody that wants this because you can't get it all the time. And, as like a private store pick, this is going to be something unique, something that you can drink yourself or serve other people that they can't get all the time, or maybe they never had. And there's merit in that, and there's value in that. So if you combine that factor in, maybe it's worth it. But, if we're treating these all the same, then I think your money is better spent on one of the other options. The next product I'm going to talk about is brand new to the Oklahoma market. I've never had it before, so I'm going to be trying it for the first time on camera. So that is the Reserva de la Familia Añejo Cristalino Orgánico. So here's the shipping box. So this is the first Cristalino from the Reserva de la Familia lineup, and it's certified organic. Now, I believe, here's the back of the box. I believe the entire Reserva de la Familia series is going to evolve to all be certified organic, but this is the first certified organic Reserva de la Familia to hit my home market of Oklahoma. Oh yeah, this is cool. Here's what the bottle looks like. You can't even tell. Yeah, matte black. It's got this really long wax neck. All right, here's the label. Here's the back. And then here's the really long wax neck. Brand new bottle, very sleek, very attractive, definitely kind of a nightclub look. And I'm sure it's exactly where this product will do well. Añejo Cristalino Orgánico. 100% agave, tequila añejo finished in Pedro Jimenez Cask. This is also bottled at 80 proof for 40% ABV. USDA certified organic. All right, before I taste it, I'm going to read an explanation of this product provided by the brand. Reserva de la Familia PX Organic Cristalino is the culmination of more than 200 years of tequila expertise, passed down from generation to generation. Reserva de la Familia, the crown jewel of the Jose Cuervo portfolio, has added an organic Añejo Cristalino to its collections of authentically crafted tequilas. Using handcrafted methods from the agave field to the bottle, Reserva de la Familia selects only the most mature agave for this liquid. This is the first widely available organic Cristalino in the market. Reserva Organic Añejo Tequila is aged to perfection in American oak and finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask to impart an extra sherry softness and flavors of fried fruits with a smooth finish. The liquid is crystal clear with notes of cooked agave, baked fruits, and lasting notes of oak, flavors of stone fruit on the palate, and a refreshingly bright finish. So, if you're unfamiliar with Cristalinos are aged tequilas that have been charcoal filtered. So, think of like a Reposado, Añejo, Extra Añejo, or some combination of those. So tequila that has spent time aging in the barrel, and then before it's bottled, it's charcoal filtered to remove the color. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why would you spend all this time aging tequila and getting those beautiful barrel colors, only to then charcoal filter it? Cristalinos are arguably the hottest thing in tequila at the moment. They're the most popular. At this time, I'm filming this in December 2024. I believe it is still an unrecognized category, an unofficial category. I don't think the CRT, the regulatory body for tequila, has officially recognized Cristalinos legally, but lots of brands are making them. They're super, super popular with consumers, especially here in the United States. Proximo, the parent company for Jose Cuervo, has really pioneered and driven this category. They make a ton of different Cristalinos for multiple of their brands at all different price points, different styles. I'm going to be making a separate standalone video on just Proximo's Cristalino portfolio. So, agave purists hate Cristalinos. They think that, it's an abomination. I kind of like to play devil's advocate with Cristalinos. I understand why people like them. The reason people like them are that extra filtration gives it additional smoothness and drinkability, while the time spent aging in barrel helps kind of round out the flavors of the tequila and impart those favorable flavors from the oak. Again, one of the reasons I said I really like Reposados is because I think it perfectly splits the difference between the bright, kind of fresh agave forward flavors of silver or blanco tequila and, some barrel influences you might get with something like an Añejo. An Añejo tequila might be, super barrel forward with very, very subtle or no agave flavors whatsoever. Oftentimes, I think Añejo tequilas are made with too much oak. They're trying to cater to bourbon or whiskey drinkers, and there's too much oak, and you don't even realize you're drinking a tequila. Reposados, I think, do a wonderful job for the most part. Good Reposados do a wonderful job of explaining the difference, and where you get some positive barrel flavors, but you also get those agave flavors, and you still know you're drinking tequila. Cristalinos, they're fun because they're highly versatile. You can shoot them, you can sip them, you can mix them in all sorts of cocktails. Again, because there are barrel flavors, there is layers of complexity to them that you might not find in just a silver tequila alone. But that additional filtration, not only is it kind of a strange disconnect to see a silver tequila in your glass, but then drink a tequila that tastes like it spent time in barrel and has these barrel flavors that people like. That extra filtration does more than just remove the color. It provides, extra smoothness and drinkability. So whether you hate them or love them, Cristalinos are here to stay. Most every brand produces one. There's all different styles, all different price points. Because Cristalinos are so popular, I'll be dedicating some future videos to the Cristalino options from different brands at different price points. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised that the Reserva de la Familia brand now offers a Cristalino option. I think it's cool that it's USDA certified organic. Proximo already has multiple super premium Cristalinos with some different specialty cask finishes. And it's interesting the way that this brand and their parent company continues to drive not only the tequila category, but the Cristalino subcategory, and continues to innovate. So I'm going to read through a bit more information provided to me by the brand. This organic Añejo tequila is aged to perfection in American oak, then finished in Pedro Ximénez sherry casks. Pedro Ximénez originated in southern regions of Spain. Pedro Ximénez Sherry is a sweet, fortified dessert wine imparting extra sherry sweetness, flavors of dried fruits and raisins with a smooth finish. The resulting Añejo is aged in New American oak before finishing in Pedro Ximénez casks before being filtered, as the color is carefully removed while preserving the unique Añejo flavors and achieving a crystal clear presentation. All right, the tasting notes provided by the brand are a color, bright and clear with distinct tearing in a pronounced body. The aroma is sweet notes of cooked agave, honey, baked fruits with lasting light notes of oak, and the flavor is sweet and soft on the palate with rich, smooth notes of stone fruit and a refreshing bright finish. and the finish is described as fresh and complex. All right, enough talking about it. Let's taste it. And again, while I have tried the rest of the Reserva de la Familia portfolio, I have never had this product. Brand new, fresh bottle. Again, this is a Cristalino, so it's going to be water white, just like the Platino. All right, that's got a super, super subtle nose. I would say the nose is much more mute compared to the Platino. Like the Platino, the agave flavors really jump out of the glass. This, very mute. All right, let's see how the palate is. Oh, wow. That's big on the palate. Big on the palate. A lot of flavor. All right, the flavor is sweet and soft on the palate with rich, smooth notes of stone fruit and a refreshing bright finish. I would say that's super correct. There's a lot of richness, and it's not oak richness. It's that sherry finish. I normally don't prefer sherry oak finish things. This one is really good. It's really well done, really well integrated. The agave flavor is still there. It's definitely more, barrel forward. Like the finish is definitely the primary flavor in this. But you still know it's a tequila. And super tasty, super drinkable. That's really good. All right, let's see if it's worth it. So let's check the pricing. So the Cristalino in my market will retail somewhere between, let's say, $122 and $132. So is it worth it? I mean, it's good. It's really good. And, the bottles, the packaging's, it's got beautiful packaging. And I think with the organic factor and, there's not a lot of wine cask finished tequilas, especially no Pedro Jimenez cask finished tequilas. So again, this is super unique. Again, leading innovation in the category. I think if you want a high-end, flashy, unique tequila that is super drinkable, really tasty, and you have the money to spend $120, $130 on a bottle of tequila, definitely buy this. I don't know if I would spend the money on this. I think for $120, $130, there are other tequilas that are a better fit for my flavor profile or for my personal tastes. But again, if you want something that is new, innovative, flashy, sleek, sexy, stylish, tasty, interesting, I think all these things really describe this particular product. And so, if that fits the bill for you and you got the money to spend, I think this product's worth it for you. All right, the final product is the OG Reserva de la Familia Extra Añejo. The Reserva de la Familia Extra Añejo is distilled from 100% fully matured agave using only the inner portion or the heart of the agave piña sourced from the family's estate's richest volcanic soil. The agave piñas are cooked at the La Rojeña Distillery in Tequila in Jalisco for 48 hours, 36 hours by direct vapor, and 12 hours with residual heat. The fermented agave juice is double distilled in copper pot stills. The tequila is aged in a combination of small New American and French oak barrels, charred at different levels and bottled at 80 proof for 40% ABV for the United States. It won a double gold medal at the 2019 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. This bottle is handmade, individually numbered, and sealed with wax. Each year, the Cuervo family commissions a Mexican-based artist to design original artwork for the collector's box. So, here's what the gift box for this product looks like. Unlike the other ones, which are a really sturdy cardboard, this is wood. And it slides like this. Inside, you have some information. Here's what this looks like inside. Here's what the bottle looks like. Here's the label. And again, this is an extra Añejo. There's the wax seal and the wax top. Again, that kind of hand-blown textured glass that feels really heavy and premium, but also super kind of old school traditional. And again, depending what year your bottle's from or what year you're watching this video, the boxes will all be different. You know, again, they really do change every single year. It's really cool, the different design details they do for these wooden boxes. I've had one of these products every single year, and the boxes change. I always love seeing the artist's influence on the gift box for this product. And inside it has some information in both English and Spanish regarding the artist. And this is really premium kind of parchment textured paper. Before I get into the tasting notes on this and actually taste of this product, I visited La Rojeña, the distillery for Jose Cuervo in the town of Tequila in Jalisco twice now. Unfortunately, I went there before the fire. So there was a fire this year at the distillery, a really, really tragic fire. And I'm not sure what has changed as they've rebuilt and recovered after the fire. But it's an incredible tour. I mean, it feels like an old school tequila distillery, you know, and all those kind of overly romanticized ideas that especially Americans have about old Mexico and traditional tequila, I feel like are really encapsulated really well, you know, obviously for tourist purposes by this distillery. It is still a functioning distillery. Obviously, Jose Cuervo is a massive brand. It's the #1 tequila sold worldwide. So all the tequila for Jose Cuervo is not all distilled at La Rojeña, but their premium stuff is. And when you tour the distillery, you get to, you know, depending when you're there, you get to see the agave piñas coming in. You get to see them being loaded in the traditional ovens. You get to see it go through milling and distillation. It's a really cool distillery and a really cool tour. It's located right in the heart of the town of Tequila. Tequila is one of the Pueblos Mágicos, which are these special designation towns that are designated by the Mexican government because they hold some sort of cultural or historic value. There's a bunch of them now, but Tequila, definitely worth visiting. You fly in the Guadalajara, and then you can pre-arrange transportation, or brands like Jose Cuervo or Herradura from Brown-Forman, they have trains that you can actually take at very specific times that will take you from Guadalajara to the town of Tequila. It almost reminds me of the Bourbon Trail, you know, in Kentucky, where you have a really good infrastructure for touring these distilleries, especially if you love tequila, because so many of the big commercial brands are located in and around the town of Tequila. That being said, my recommendation, go visit the La Rojeña distillery. It's super safe in the town of Tequila, and the distillery is definitely worth the visit. And you can go visit a bunch of other distilleries while you're there. I'm going to read a short bit of information that the brand has provided to me. This vintage blend is aged for over 3 years in American and European white oak barrels. Each year, the family hand selects the liquid for each batch. So I just want to also note that before Reserva de la Familia was its own kind of standalone brand or standalone lineup of products, you just had the Reserva de la Familia Extra Añejo. It was its own standalone thing as the most premium option in the Cuervo portfolio. Now they've really expanded that to obviously capitalize on the popularity of tequila and to offer different styles of products at different price range. But the Extra Añejo is the OG. And I say this all the time. This product is delicious. You know, I'm about to taste it here on camera. And even now with rising tequila prices, rising agave prices, I think this product still offers a tremendous bang for your buck when it comes to Extra Añejo tequila. All right, I'm going to read through the tasting notes provided by the brand. The color is dark amber tone. The aroma is oak, almonds, dark chocolate, and cinnamon. And the flavor is rich oak, toasted almonds, vanilla, and cinnamon. And the recommended serving is, of course, neat in a tequila glass. All right, let's crack this fresh bottle open. All right, the aroma: oak, almonds, dark chocolate, and cinnamon. Oh yeah, that's got a really nice nose. I still think it's more subtle than the Reposado, but it's still really nice. I think you could easily describe oak, almonds, dark chocolate, and cinnamon as on the nose. All right, let's check the palate. Oh, that's really good. So rich oak, toasted almonds, vanilla, cinnamon, it's all there. And again, like, extra añejos are products for people that really want oak flavor. You know, it's tequila, but it's, you know, that oak flavor is your dominant flavor. It's not the agave. The agave, if it's there at all, and it's there a little bit with this, but it's super, super subtle. You're drinking this because you want that rich barrel flavor. I think with the integration of French oak into this, it gives it a lot of finesse. Really, really tasty. All right, let's check my pricing to see if this product is worth it. In my home market, you could find this product somewhere between $120 and $130 retail. And as I mentioned earlier, I think it's totally worth it. I think for $120, $130, this is a great extra añejo. Super drinkable, good complexity, a lot of finesse. $120, $130, definitely worth it. To me, it's one of the OG extra añejo tequilas. And I think as tequila prices, you know, only get more and more expensive, I think this one, for what you get for the price, is definitely worth the money. Now, that being said, a lot of people love to knock this product because they don't think Jose Cuervo produces quality tequila. Jose Cuervo is a giant brand owned by a giant tequila producing company. They can produce tequila at whatever quality tier they want, whatever style they want, whatever price point they want. I mean, they can do whatever they want. So thinking just because you don't like Jose Cuervo Especial, you know, for $20 a bottle on the shelf, means that you're not going to like this at $120 on the shelf is just ridiculous. I mean, this product could not be any more different than Jose Cuervo Especial. This company has the ability to source some of the best agave available, to have really traditional methods for cooking, milling, and distilling their tequila. And then when you tour, I mentioned earlier that I've been to La Rojeña, you actually go down into an old school cellar, an old school wine cellar, and you can see, you know, kind of the origins of how this product developed and where originally they kept the barrels underground, and they actually have locked up these glass jugs, which they call demi-juans, which in the Cognac region, they're known as demi-johns. It's these glass containers that are sealed of old tequila. I mean, I'm talking tequila that's 100 years old, that's just suspended in glass, waiting to be drank for special occasions. So it's really, really cool. Again, you know, it's all part of the tour. It's all part of, you know, tequila tourism, but it gives you a sense of the history and, you know, how these products were created. Yes, you know, this product is produced on a big scale, you know, to be able to sold commercially, but, you know, it really helps tap into that romantic idea of, you know, old school tequila brands and old school tequila production. So again, big fan of this brand. Definitely think it's worth the money. I think everything the company Proximo is doing with the Reserva de la Familia brand is super interesting. And there's enough diversity and different price points in there that there's a little something for everyone. And if you're a fan of tequila, I think any of the products we talked about today are worth checking out. Obviously, your budget and personal preference will dictate which of these are most interesting to you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Please give it a like and consider subscribing. If you'd like to be notified whenever I have new information on my website or this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my email newsletter. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're interested in supporting this channel further, please consider becoming a Patreon member or gift me a cocktail through the link below in the description. Thank you so much again for your support. And as always, please drink responsibly.